Morning, folks, and welcome to the results roundup show for the week of this Saturday, 22nd of May. A lot of cricket played yesterday. Wasn't it great to get back in the grounds and walking around? Superb, and we had some great games. Really good stuff yesterday all through. So we'll start with the Northern League, usual format. Wins in the Northern League for Morecambe, Garstang, Blackpool, Kendal and Longridge, and a draw between Netherfield and Full. We'll come on to that in a minute. That was 12-2, that a draw. Wins for Blackpool there, bowling Lancaster out for 27. So that's a good effort from Blackpool and perhaps not such a good effort from Lancaster there, 27 all out, so they're struggling a bit there. Game of the day, as you know, in the Northern League, I had Netherfield against Fulwood. Turned out to be a really good game. It was a draw. 12-2 the point spread. Netherfield 237 for 6. Fulwood 178 for 9. So 12-2 is probably about right there, I think. And as I alluded to in my preview show, it was a Richie Forsyth show yesterday at Netherfield. He's always been a decent player. Always been a decent bat. I've known Richard probably for about 15 years. Always been a decent bat. He's coming through with the ball as well. He bowled a little bit in the past. But yesterday, he hit 74 in Netherfield's big total. And then he ran through Fulwood, 6 for 45. They're pro figures, they are. So if he was a professional, then that's the type of figures you'd want. So it's a good performance from Richard there. I'm pleased for him. On the individual performances, we've gone for Richard there. That was a brilliant all-round performance. Bowling wise, Chris Miller got 5 for 14 for Kendal against Leyland. Matthew Grindley 6 for 6 for Blackpool against Lancaster. I guess their wickets were quite easy to come by there. Liam Moffat for Morecambe against Fleetwood 6 for 23. That's decent. But James Lee of Chorley 8 for 32 against Garstang. And they lost there. He came on to bowl fairly late, I think, and but he picked up 8 for 32. That's unlucky to be on losing side when you've done that. So great performances there. Tables up at the top: Longridge 70, Netherfield 66, Blackpool 56. Creeping up there, Blackpool, after they didn't have a great start, but they're creeping up there. Down at the bottom, Leyland are still bottom with 20. Yeah, worrying for Leyland. It's worrying. They had Ross Brotherton playing yesterday, but that didn't work out for them. Leyland 20, St Anne's 24, Lancaster 30. So I'd say that Leyland are struggling there. They need a win to try and get out of that. So if we move on to the Palace Shield, wins there for Fylde, who beat Eccleston by 1 run. So that was a great game. So wins for Fylde, Great Eccleston, Penrith, Barrow, Preston and Vernon Carers. Preston winning again. So that's 2 in a row for them. Game of the day, Thornton Cleveland's against Vernon Carers. I had that as my game of the day. Fantastic game. Vernon Carers won by 3 runs, thanks to 86 from Ian Dunn. And in the reply, Thornton Cleveland's 165 for 8, just falling 3 runs short. John Eade 79, so he's in the runs again. So that's good. Performance-wise, we've got those 2 performances. Then we've got Greg Reynolds for Barrow, 88 not out against Penwitham. That's a decent knock as Barrow put a big score on there. Bowling wise, the performance of the day will be Navazish Ali from Preston. He took 5 for 15 against Kirkham. Good to see Preston have a little bit of a resurgence there. And also good to see them through to the next round of the Lancashire Cup, because unfortunately they were supposed to play Carnforth today, but Carnforth have scratched that and conceded player availability, I think, the problem there. So Preston through to the next round of the Lancashire Cup, they'll be pleased with that. And it seems that their season's started to get a kick-start a little bit. And we're moving to the Westmoreland League now. Some great games here again. I mean, a lot of the games are low scoring in the Westmoreland League. I'm not quite sure why, but that tends to be how it is, and but it makes them very competitive. So wins in the Westmoreland League for Heysham, who bowled Bear out for 34. So that's quite a low score. That, and we'll come on to it a little bit later on. But they bowled Bear out for 34, having put a score on. But when they were batting, Hisham themselves were 25 for 5. So maybe a slow low pitch there that was just helpful to the bowler. So wins for Hisham, Carnforth, Millthorpe, Cedric, and Westgate. And Arnside, ageing Arnside, had the better of a draw against Trimple, 10-3 there. So Arnside got 10 points in the draw, and Trimple held out for a draw, 3 points. So well done to them for batting out their overs, stopping the other side, winning, avoiding the loss. Because when you play draw cricket, a lot of the time, if you're on the losing end of it, just don't lose. Just give yourself a bit of confidence by not losing. Game of the day, Silverdale versus Cedric. I picked this out. Low scoring affair. I said, I alluded to it might be a 120 or something, but it wasn't anywhere near that. Cedric, 87, and Silverdale, 66, both all out. So 87 all out plays 66 all out. So low scoring, tense affair, really. The deciding factor was Richard Hanson of Cedric, 7 for 25. Now, he's a good bowler, is Richard. He 3 or 4 years ago, he got nine wickets against Carnforth. So he's a decent bowler, bowls it straight, gets a lot of bowled and LBWs. So he gets 7 for 25, so well done to him. Performances of the day in the Westmoreland League is quite a lot here. We'll have a look at Alex Davidson for Arnside. He's not one of the aging players, but he plays for aging Arnside. He got 75 against Trimple, then he got 5 for 28, so that's decent. Sam Calverley, it's 67 against Bear. And in the same game, that's for Hisham, in the same game, Kyle Whitelock's for Hisham, South African-born seamer. He took 8 for 15, so that's what did for Bear, really, in their 34 all out. Kyle Whitelock's 8 for 15, and I'm told by one of the Hisham players that at one point he had 6 for none. So they got hold of him a bit after that, didn't they? 6 for none, and he ended up with 8 for 15. So perhaps he needs to tidy his accuracy up a little bit there. But I think the performance of the day, again, it's Dylan Conroy at Westgate, I think. A quick fire 44 against Burnside, and he does it a quick fire score, Dylan, to be fair. And then came into bowl and took 5 for 6. And I'm told that's including a hat trick. So 44 runs, quick fire, and then 5 for 6, including a hat trick. You can't get much better than that. So he's had a really decent day there. Have a quick look at the tables. In the table in the Westmoreland League, it's getting tight. Let's have a look at the bottom first, shall we? At the bottom, we've got Wharton on 4, Burnside on 12, and Bear on 14. So that's looking even more ominous for Wharton there. Obviously, they lost yesterday at Carnforth, and Burnside's points. Those 12 points are just from 2 rained-off games, so they're only above Wharton because they've had 2 rained off and Wharton haven't. Work to do for them 3 teams there, because there's a gap then, because the next team's Silverdale on 29, so there's a decent gap there. Work to do for all 3 teams. And at the top, it's getting really tight at the top. I'm going to ignore Sedbergh School, but it's all right because they're 6th now. So in a matter of 1 week, they've been overtaken because they didn't have a game yesterday. So Millthorpe 62. Remember, it's 15 or 12 for a win, so this is how tight it is. Millthorpe 63, Carnforth 62, Westgate 61, Arnside and Hisham 59. And when you look at that, how tight it is, Hisham had 2 points docked off, and Arnside had a point knocked off as well, a penalty point. So really, if that hadn't happened, it'd be even tighter. So Millthorpe 62, Millthorpe 63, Carnforth 62, Westgate 61, Arnside and Hisham both 59. Sedbergh School are playing half a season, they're on 58. Westgate travel to Sedbergh today, so any points there should see them top of the table. It's the tightest Westmoreland League I've seen for a lot of years. Anybody, could be anybody's this year. Thanks for watching, guys. Look out for the preview show, which will usually be Thursday. If I can do it sooner, I will do. And that's all for this week. Thanks, guys.